Diana, popularly referred to as the People's Princess, was also known as the Princess of Wales, a title she got from marrying Prince Charles, now King Charles. She had two sons, Prince William, the current heir to the throne, and Prince Harry. Her marriage to Prince Charles came to an end when their divorce was finalised in August 1996. Diana did not enjoy her new lifestyle of being post-royal before she met her tragic end a year after in a fatal accident. Diana's sudden death in Paris caused a great shock and left the world, her sons, and the entire royal family in a state of mourning. Keep watching to find out 10 things you didn't know about that fateful night of Diana's accident. Number 1. Diana's romantic outing with Dodi Al-Fayed. On the 30th day of August 1997, Diana seemed to have a beautiful and eventful day with lots of activities planned out for herself and her new lover, Dodi Al-Fayed, whom she had just started dating at the time. Diana was on a yacht that morning before leaving for Paris with Dodi on a private plane. Later that evening, she dined with Dodi at the Ritz. They both got to the airport at Le Bourget with photographers everywhere waiting to take pictures of them. Diana and Dodi left the airport in a car with Philippe Dornier, Dodi's regular driver and bodyguard. They headed straight to Villa Windsor. After a brief tour at the villa, the couple left for their romantic outing in the Hotel Ritz, Paris, which was owned by Diana's new lover, Al-Fayed. In trying to avoid the troop of paparazzi photographers, they went into the hotel through the back of the building and lodged at the Imperial Suite of the hotel. Immediately after Diana settled down at the Ritz, she called her two sons, Prince William and Harry, who were both at Balmoral Castle in Scotland with their dad Prince Charles, where they went on vacation. Little did they know it was the last time they'd hear her voice. At about 7 p.m, the couple left the Ritz through the back entrance again to Al-Fayed's apartment, which was close to the Arc de Triomphe. Diana and Dodi had no plans whatsoever on returning to the Ritz that evening. While they were relaxing, their driver Henri Paul was off duty, so he went to the bar where he had some drinks. At about 8:51 p.m, the couple made their decision to go to Benoît, Paris, but because of the photographers following them, Dodi instructed his driver to go to the Ritz Hotel instead. Number 2. The decision to leave. At about 9:50 p.m, when Diana and Dodi got to the Ritz Hotel, they went straight to one of the hotel's restaurants, L'Espadon, where Diana ordered her meal: Dover sole, vegetable tempura, mushroom and asparagus omelette. Just before the meal came, Al-Fayed wasn't comfortable with the photographers everywhere. He assumed that the restaurant patrons might be photographers. He was trying his best to protect Diana from the photographers and the paparazzi. So, he instructed that the restaurant deliver the food directly to the Imperial Suite, where they had first lodged. The hotel's night security manager, Françoise Tendel, called back Al-Fayed's driver, Paul, who had taken another drink in the bar. Diana's lover, Al-Fayed, told Tendel about his plans to leave the hotel and go back to his apartment. Tendel, on the other hand, had a discussion with Paul and the other two of the hotel's chauffeurs on the best possible ways for the couple to sneak out without them being followed by the photographers. Paul, on the other hand, allegedly taunted the photographers by going out to meet them on several occasions and telling them that Diana would be out in 10 minutes. At 10:30 p.m, after they had dined at the Imperial Suite of the Ritz, Diana and Dodi decided to go back to Dodi's apartment, a decision that brought their life to an abrupt end. Number 3. Highspeed Pursuit. In the early hours of the 31st day of August 1997, the couple, accompanied by bodyguard Trevor Rees-Jones and Paul as the chauffeur, left the hotel in a black Mercedes. Paul, on the other hand, was yelling at the photographers that they shouldn't bother following them as they'd never catch up with them. Dodi planned to sneak out of the back of the hotel while a decoy car left through the front of the hotel. But this wasn't possible, as the photographers went on a wild chase as soon as Paul sped past them on the streets of Paris until Paul reached Pont de l'Alma Tunnel. If you want to be part of our family, quickly subscribe to our channel and turn on your notification bell so we can keep spilling the royal tea. Number 4. The crash in the Pont de l'Alma Tunnel. At exactly 12:23 a.m, Paul, who was driving at more than 60 miles per hour, hit a white Fiat Uno by the tunnel's entrance and then headed straight to the 13th pillar of the tunnel. According to those outside, the crash was so loud that it sounded like an explosion. Paul and Al-Fayed died instantly, while Rhys Jones and Diana were seriously injured. Rhys Jones had just put his seatbelt on a few minutes before the accident, but Diana wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Number 5. The emergency response. The emergency response was swift, as Dr. Frederick Malaise was around the corner and driving at the opposite side of the tunnel when the accident happened. He quickly tried to help all those inside the car, but found Paul and Al-Fayed dead, whilst Rhys Jones was greatly injured and was yelling in pain. Princess Diana was on her knees facing the seat she was in. Dr. Frederick couldn't recognise her as she was badly injured. He went further to administer the necessary first aid he could, and Diana asked him what happened and went further to complain of pains, bent her head and didn't say anything again. Princess Diana was stuck in the wreckage and emergency workers had to use an electric chainsaw to get her out. Whilst getting her out of the wreckage, she went into cardiac arrest. At about 1:20 a.m, French emergency services and police tried to keep her stable before heading to the hospital. CPR was done for her for 18 minutes and her heartbeat was more regular. She was put into an ambulance and a respirator was connected immediately while they headed for the Pitry-Salpêtrière Hospital, which was 4 miles away. Number 6. Princess Diana's death. A few minutes away from the hospital entrance, there was a drastic drop in her blood pressure. The ambulance stopped and she was given dopamine by the doctors. At 2:01 a.m, almost 2 hours after the fatal accident, Diana got to the hospital and was immediately rushed to theatre for surgery. Her chest was opened and the doctors discovered that her heart had been moved from the left side to the right side of her chest as a result of the force of the accident. There was also a tear in the upper left of her pulmonary vein, including a dislocated arm, damaged rib, and a cut on her thigh and her head as well. What an injury for just one person. After hours of intensive surgery, our beloved Princess Diana was pronounced dead at exactly 4 a.m. on August the 31st, 1997. Number 7. Investigation and conspiracy theories. After Diana's tragic death in the early hours of the 31st of August 1997 in a fatal accident in Paris, different reports and controversies have surrounded her death. Many believe that it was a conspiracy organised by the British government, while others argue that the car was driven by a supposed drunk driver who couldn't get hold of the steering, and another set of people think there was something more to the tragic accident which led to Diana's death. Dodi's father, Mohammed Al-Fayed, who was an Egyptian businessman, believed in these conspiracies and ensured it was widespread by members of the press, especially the Daily Express, which forced the MET police to launch an inquiry called Operation Paget to confirm whether any of these conspiracies were true. After years of investigation, in 1999 it was concluded by both the official investigations carried out in Britain and France that the theories surrounding the death of Diana and Dodi were false, and that all that had happened was a tragic accident that led to their death. Judge Harvey Stephen, the French investigator, stated that the paparazzi team wasn't so close to the black Mercedes S280 when it crashed into the tunnel, and could not be blamed for the accident. However, after hearing evidence at a British inquest in 2008, a jury returned a verdict stating that the accident was caused by unlawful killing by the late driver Henri Paul, whose blood alcohol level was more than high, and the paparazzi team who were pursuing the car. He further stated that the deceased was not using their seatbelts when the accident happened. Number 8. Impact on paparazzi laws. When Diana died, the entire world did not fail to blame the paparazzi for chasing the car and for taking pictures of Diana, Fayed, and Paul while they died. Ever since Diana's death, the royal family has made bold steps to sue photographers who took their pictures and published them without their notice. In 1998, the US first anti-paparazzi law was passed. This was as a result of Princess Diana's death. Number 9. The royal family's response to Diana's death. Queen Elizabeth II made a statement 5 days after Diana's death in a public broadcast to the nation. She stated that Diana was a rare human being who was gifted and always smiled, and that she was a constant inspiration to others with her kindness and warmth. However, many were displeased with the royal family for the delay in responding to the news of Diana's death, who was the People's Princess. Number 10. Diana's legacy and memorialisation. Our beloved Diana's legacy continues to live on in the lives of her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, and that of their children. Various charitable projects have been carried out in her honour, and her sons, especially Prince William, are fully involved in a wide range of philanthropic initiatives. A night that certainly shouldn't have happened in the first place. Diana's name and her legacy are forever on the sand of time. She will always be remembered for her uncommon attitude towards charitable causes and advocacy. What do you think about the fateful night and the tragic accident leading to Diana's death? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section below. Click here to watch more videos, and thanks for watching.